scheduled to go against Davinsky. Now, under most circumstances, I would probably let Faedo pitch here, but I am tempted to move Fulmer up. He's 79% rested, so he's not 100% rested. And he did struggle in game 1, but I am tempted to try to let him redeem himself. I think you know what? I've tried to make decisions like this before, and I've always, wondered about it. Because you'd like to have your ace for, all the games if possible. But I think what I'm going to do is instead I'm going to go with Faedo because he did struggle a little bit this season against Houston, but since Fulmer got beat up so bad in game 1, I'm not sure if I want to run him out there again at this point. So let's see what Faedo can do here in game 4. I know it's a critical game for us, but I'm going to trust Faedo. He had a really good season this year. Let's reward him and give him a chance to pitch here. So, all right, so here we are, game 4, Detroit versus Houston. Houston has a 2-1 lead. Let's see if we can even this series back up. And we do get 2 runs in the top of the first, so that's nice to see. Faedo allows one in the bottom of the first, so 2-1. Still 2-1 through 2. Now 2-2 is Faedo allows another run in the bottom of the third, so scores tied 2 after 3. Faedo is at 34 pitches, so he's fine in that regard. He allows another run in the bottom of the fourth, so it is now 3-2 Houston. All right, he's oh man, Faedo must have gotten hurt because Bautista's into the game now. That is not good. What happened with? Oh, he has sprained ankle. All right, well that's unfortunate. But now that Bautista's in the game, we'll have to see what he can do for us. All right, so you got men on first and second, 1 out. He does manage to strike out Kyle Tucker. That's a big strikeout. Now Jonathan Araz up, 1-2 count. And grounder on the left side, and it's going to be a ground out, so we do manage to get through that inning okay. So it is now, it's still 3-2 through 5, but with Faedo going down with an injury, Bautista's already at 32 pitches, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a calculated risk here. Instead of putting Duffy into the game, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Kella in and have him pitch, because even though we might need length out of our bullpen, I don't want to burn through them because we might need Duffy to start another game for us, depending on what happens with. I know Faedo's day to day, but still, we might need him as a fill-in guy. So, all right. So we do tie the score back up in the top of the sixth. It is 3-3 through 5.5, and I'm gonna put Kella into the game for Bautista. All right, so clean. So we are now tied at 3 through 6. All right, Kella's at 12 pitches. All right, so he gets us through a clean bottom of the 7th. So the score's still tied through 7. Kella's at 25 pitches. His status is okay, but I don't want to run him too much into the ground. So we're gonna get Jimenez up. All right. We get 3 in the top of the 8th. That is huge. All right, so Kella is still pitching. I'm going to do until runners in scoring position with him. All right, so you got man on second, 1 out, 1-1 count. Kella is tired at this point. So we're going to go ahead and put Jimenez into the game, who was tiring as a warm-up guy. And let's see what Jimenez can do for us here with a 1-2 count. With 1 out, man on second. And it's going to be a line drive into center field, but they're going to hold the man at third. All right, so the tying run's coming to the plate is now men on first and third, 1 out. Stubbs at bat, 0-2 count, and Jimenez throws the pitch. Deep fly ball to center field. And it looks like it's going to drop. Yes. Oh, he lost the ball. Okay, so it looks like Trout almost had it, but he lost it. So now it is a 2-run triple. Jimenez, so 6-5. Jimenez gets Sano to ground out back to the pitcher. So Sanchez now, and a grounder on the right side. Okay, so Jimenez manages to keep the score as a 1-run game. So we still lead 6-5, which means we're going to need to get Steckenrider warming up to try and close this out. So we get Steckenrider up. All right, Let's see if we can get any more runs here. All right, we do not, so it is 6-5. And I'm going to bring Second Rider into the game, try to close this out, even the series at 2 games apiece. I'm going to go batter. I think what I'm going to do is runners in scoring position. Oh, and we get to say, all right, beautiful. So, Second Rider closes the game out. We end up winning the game 6-5 to even the series back at 2 apiece. And we get a pretty good game, it looked like, from Guerrero had 2 RBIs, Eves had 3 RBIs. Faedo unfortunately did get hurt during the start. He was doing okay for us up until that point. Bullpen did about as good as they could under the circumstances. All right, so we do squeak out a win, 6-5. Faedo, as you saw, day-to-day for 5 days of that sprained ankle. So let's go ahead and move forward here. All right, so the series is tied 2-2. And series is tied 2-2. It'll be Michael Fulmer versus Forrest Woodley. You saw Fulmer struggled in game 1 against Houston. Dodgers are trying to make a comeback. It's now 3-2 Philly and the Dodgers, so that series is getting interesting. All right, so we have our ace on the mound for the crucial game 5. Detroit versus Houston. Let's see if we can get that crucial game 5 win and take a 3-2 series lead going home. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some lineup changes here. I'm going to move Vasquez up in the lineup to 6 because he's been playing so well. Stewart is going to hit 7th, and Pentecost is going to hit 8th. Everybody else has been doing is fine where they are, but I'm going to make that lineup change and hope that it helps us out. And we're going to go ahead and start the game. All right, so game 5, Detroit versus Houston, Fulmer versus Whitley in the pitching matchup. Let's see what we can do. All right, so no score through 1. Houston gets 2 in the bottom of the 2nd. They get 1 more in the bottom of the 3rd, so it is 3-0 right now. Fulmer had 67 pitches. All right, so it is 3-0 through 4. Let's see, Fulmer's at 85, so I'm going to try to let him go 1 more inning if we can. All right, still no score for us. 3-0 through 4.5. Fulmer gets through the 5th, but I'm not gonna let him pitch anymore because he's at 96 pitches. I don't want to run any risk of something happening here. So Altavia is back from his injury, so we're gonna get him warming up for us. All right, still no score from us. So Whitley is just taking us to town at this point, or taking us to task, I guess would be a better analogy. All right, Altavia now into the game. All right, so he gets a clean bottom of the 6th. It is still 3-0. Whitley is just mopping the floor with us at this point. And we get 2 in the top of the 7th. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go batter by batter here because this is a key moment, not only in this game, but potentially in the series. So 0-2 count. Whitley strikes out Pentecost there. But we still have 2. We still got, it's 3-2. All right, and Santana up now. 2-2 count. Whitley delivers the pitch, and Santana strikes out. And Whitley sets the American League playoff record with 13 strikeouts. I guess that's true, but okay. Not surprising why we're behind if that's the case. So, all right, so we do get 2 in the top of the 7th. 3-2 score. We'll go until runners in scoring position. Altavia allows a run, is now 4-2. He's still okay, though, so I want to keep him in there if I can. All right, so 2 outs, man on 2nd. Let's see if Altavia can get this final out against Araz. And he strikes him out. So he does allow the 1 run, but it is 4-2 through 7. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get Bautista warming up. All right. Let's see if we can get anything going here. We cannot in the top of the 8th, so it is still 4-2. We're going to put Bautista into the game for Altavia. See if Bautista can get through this. And he does. So it's now top of the 9th. We have some of the big names in our lineup coming up. I'm going to go batter by batter here because this is an important moment in both the series and in the game. So Mike Trout up. 2-0 count. He hits a liner into center. Oh, and Tucker makes a diving catch. That's unfortunate. All right, so 1 out. Cody Eves up to bat, and he's going to strike out. So that's going to leave now our last hope as Jeremy Vasquez. 3-1 pitch, he walks him, so ball 4. Alright, so it brings up Kristen Stewart. 2-2 count. It's a pop-up in the infield that looks like it's going to be an out. And it is. And so Houston wins game number 5, 4-2, to take a 3-2 series lead. So we're going to have to win both games at home in order to take this and move on to the World Series to try to defend our World Series championship. So that is unfortunate. Alright. Let's see what happens here. And the Dodgers have come all the way back to force game 7 against Philadelphia. Wow. How crazy would that be if the Dodgers came back from a 3-0 deficit to win that series? Wow, that would be incredible. But alright, so we are now going into game number 6. We are at home. Going to see if we can go ahead and get this victory here. I'm going to make the same lineup change that we did last time. I still think Vasquez should be moved up in the order. So we're going to move him up to 6th, Stewart 7th, Santana 8th, Pentecost 9th. I'm fine with that otherwise. But alright, so we're going to go ahead and start the game. It's going to be Burrows on the mound. He is going up against Jose Quintana. So let's see if we can get a win here to keep our season alive and to force Game 7 here in the American League Championship Series. Alright. We get 1 in the bottom of the first. We get 2 in the bottom of the third, so it's 3-0, or 2 in the bottom of the second, rather. Alright, so 3-0 through 3. Burrows at 45 pitches. Still pitching a really great game for us. He's at 60 pitches. Alright, so shutout through 5 for him. And we get 7 in the bottom of the 5th. It's now 10-0 Detroit. And this is looking more and more like we're going to have a Game 7 here. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and push forward here. Burrows allows 1 in the top of the 6th. How is he looking on pitches? He's at 88, so I might be able to let him go a little bit longer. See what we can do here. So that way we don't have to burn our bullpen in case we need him in Game 7. And we get 5 more in the bottom of the 6th. It is now 15-1. So normally I wouldn't do this, but to keep this episode short, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to sim until the end of the game because there's no way we should blow a 15-1 lead. If we do blow it, we deserve to lose at that point. So I'm just going to sim to the end of the game, and we end up winning 15-2 to force Game 7. This is a great series so far. Burrows goes 7 innings, allows 1 earned run, 5 hits. We got to Quintana early, and then we just absolutely crushed their bullpen. This is huge. This is what we needed. So we will now go into Game 7. We would face the Phillies. So the Phillies stunt the Dodgers' attempt at a 3-0 series comeback. They win 4-0, so the Phillies are into the World Series. And they await the winner of our matchup against the Houston Astros. So game number 7, it'll be Franklin Perez against Walker Buehler in game number 7 to determine who goes to the World Series. So this is what it comes down to. We're going to make that same lineup change again. We're going to move Vasquez up to 6th in the lineup. We're going to move Stewart here, and then we're going to have Pentecost hit 8th and Santana hit 9th. Alright, so Buehler versus Perez. Game 7 for all the marbles. Determine who goes to the World Series to play the Philadelphia Phillies. So here we go. Alright. No score through 1. No score through 2. No score. Oh, we get 1 in the bottom of the 3rd. Buehler has not allowed any hits so far. That's good to see. No hitter through 4, it looks like. We get 4 in the bottom of the 4th. There's now 5-0 lead. Beautiful. Buehler is still at 50 pitches. He is not allowed to hit through 5. It is still 5-0. Buehler is at 59 pitches. He doesn't have a walk, so he's actually pitching a perfect game right now. I'm going to start doing until runners in scoring position just to be safe. Nothing through 6. So still 5-0. Bueller has a perfect game through 6 innings. Let's see if he can continue this. Runners in scoring position. Okay, so he does allow a hit. Men on first and second, 1 out. He's at 81 pitches. Let's see if he can get out of this jam. 3-2 count. And he strikes out Kyle Tucker. 0-2 count here. Liner to the second baseman and out. So Bueller is pitching a masterpiece right now. He has a 1-hitter going through 7. And where is he at in terms of pitches? So he's at 90 pitches. So I'm gonna wait and see what happens here. I don't want to pull him when he's pitching a gem like this. All right, so it's still 5-0. Bueller is up. He's got 90 pitches, 7 innings, only 1 hit allowed, 9 strikeouts, 1 walk. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get Minter warming up, and I'm going to do until runners in scoring position for Bueller, see what happens. All right, so Bueller allows a hit. There's a man on second, no outs. Bueller's at 92 pitches, so we're going to go batter by batter here. 1-2 count against Sano. It's a liner into left. That's going to drop, so there's now men on first and third with no outs. Bueller's at 96 pitches. Sanchez is the batter. It's a lefty, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get Minter, even though, well, you know what, Minter's still warming up, so I'm going to go ahead and let Bueller face this guy. All right, so he walks him. So now the bases are loaded with no outs, and at this point, we're going to go ahead and Minter's still warming up. All right, I don't want to get him in early, so let's see what Bueller can do here. 1-2 count. And he strikes him out, so that's now 10 strikeouts for Bueller. This is a masterful game at this point. He's at 105 pitches, though. At this point, Minter is ready, so we're going to get Minter into the game. 7 1/3 shutout innings for Walker Bueller for us. And let's see what happens here. Minter now up, 0-2 count against Bregman. With the bases loaded here in the top of the 8th, and he strikes Bregman out. Beautiful. That'll bring up A.J. Reed, base still loaded, 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. And he strikes out Reed. So Minter comes in, shuts down, gets out of the jam, and is now 5-0 as we head into the bottom of the 8th. No runs for us in the bottom of the 8th, so it's still 5-0 heading into the top of the 9th. Going to go ahead and I'm going to go batter by batter here with Minter, see if he can shut this out for us, finish this off. And he strikes out Martiz for the first out. Tucker up. And he hits a grounder, and it's caught by Eves. What a play. So, last out here, Minter versus Arras to send the Tigers back to the World Series to face the Phillies. 1-2 count. And it is through into right field, so we're going to have to wait just a little bit longer now. And it'll be Stubbs versus Minter. 1-2 count, grounder in front of the mound, and he gets it! And the Detroit Tigers have won the game 5-0. They win the championship series 4-3, and they are back in the World Series for the 2nd consecutive year. We will face the Philadelphia Phillies and try to defend our World Series title. We get an amazing game from Bueller, 7 1/3 innings, only allowed 3 hits, struck out 10, had a perfect game going through 6 innings. Unbelievable. So it'll be the Tigers and the Phillies. Whoop, I gotta move forward today. There we go. Tigers, Phillies, World Series, as we try to defend our World Series championship. What an amazing, amazing finish for us to come back from a 3-2 deficit to win the American League Championship Series. So with that, guys, I want to thank you for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe. Comments and feedback are always welcome. And I will see you guys for the next episode, which will be the 2022 World Series Tigers versus Phillies.